Whoa, dude! Botswana! Gosh! Oh, Papagena! Potenti na poca!
This is the cinemas! Have some respect!
Ma che le buone mupi! Segnata! Hush! Tomato! Look at you!
You again!
No! Milano, Papadan, okay. Wow! Shish! Pure bacca la macchina!
That's it, buddy! You're out of here!
No! Oh, les moupis! Papi! Stopa! Macarena, shush!
That's enough, fella! Move that ticket!
Les moupis! Bello, back crash! Po,
Oh, well, if it isn't Mr. Peanut again. Out you go! They do not pay me enough to deal with this baloney. Get up! Get out!
Oh, c'est les Pouillarques! Bayou pudding! Oh, shh! Shush! Shusha! Snifa, les potes! Snip, chat! Stopa, la Macarena! Bow! Okay.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Talks Too Much.
Oh, la potaine.
Hello! Time to go, Gabby Goose.
Everyone in the city gets a shot at being scarred live on my stage.
Some wedding face. I've got one for you.
Time to put your walking boots on.
Milano, Papadan, okay. Wow! Meow! Shish!
Well, good evening and welcome to another Scale Model Ninja. Tonight we're going to clear up some shelf queens, which I had going for a while now, and yeah, sadly I can't seem to find the correct decals for them, so I'm going to be doing something a bit different with them. You'll see what I'm going to be up to with them soon. So this week, not been too bad. I've had some fun building a rather large kit again. The B-52 nearly finished. I'm just waiting for new decals to arrive for that one, and then it should be carried on and getting that one finished. But on top of that, I did start another one, another large kit, and that was the 1/24 scale Huey gunship. Now she's come along a long way, and she is reasonably done. Still got a fair bit more to do on it yet. I'm like sorting out the front of here. There's a tail rotor to go on into it still, and then there's the markings and the doors. Other than that, she's coming along quite nicely. A bit more painting here and there to be done, but yeah, I'm quite happy the way that's coming along so far. So that should be hopefully finished by sort of at the end of the week or next week. There for it. I have been doing a bit more this morning today with my son on his Lego build. I have actually been doing a bit more on my one, and that's gone reasonably well. Where have I put down? I think that is. Didn't want to do that, but then put them up there. So yeah, and that has come along pretty well. We're now up to that stage now, so it's coming along quite well. Yeah. Go quickly into access. Somebody's just asked a question. We've got Sprue and Glue first in saying hi Ross and all in chat on Xbox but listening in. Nice to know that. Hope you have a bit of fun. You're obviously playing your farming game again, no doubt. And then we've got Marcus saying evening Ross, and he's also saying evening to David. Then we've got JC Bricks and Bills saying evening Ross and everyone in chat. And then we've got Marcus Brunn saying, didn't you just start that chopper? Actually, yes. I started it 3 days ago. But I've been through one of my patches where I've not been sleeping. So instead of being sat around doing not a lot, I built the chopper instead. So yeah. Say that's something. So we'll be doing some shelf queens, and these are actually for an airfield diorama that I'm doing, but it's going to be completely different aircraft now because I think I'm going to do it some different way, but we'll go on to that somewhere anyway. But yeah, so I'm repairing one of the aircraft that I'd already built, and it needs a bit of a dusting down because it's in a bit of a mess, to say the least. And there's just two different variants of what I'm doing, and I'll show you in a minute. But other than that, I think that's about all I've been doing. Oh yeah, I've been doing one of my Warhammer figures, and he's now again reasonably getting done. So he's now sort of in a position where he's coming together. So I've just got the arm to do on that one, and then that one will be finished, which is basically there to finish off. And a few markings to go on the other arm where the claws are, and that one might add some blood markings and everything. So then he'll be finished. No, I'm sure what else I've actually been doing this week. Other than the chopper and that, I think I had a night off from the bench last night, so yeah. Marcus is going impressive nonetheless. Ross, thumbs up. Thank you very much. It's just something I do when I can't sleep. I build models one way or another. So yeah, we'll swap over to bench cam, and I'll tell you what I'm going to actually be doing with these hanger queens that I've had laying around. Good on it. Here we go. So you can just see one of them there. This one was previously finished, but As you can see, some of it's just coming apart a little bit, so I'm going to have to sort it out, but I might have to change the top line because it doesn't want to seem to stay in place. So what I'm going to do is take it off and we'll put some fresh one in place. So that one should be okay there. We'll soon find out on that one. And then there's the 109. And this little fella, we will be basically using some markings, but these aren't actually for this aircraft. Now, these ones are for a different German aircraft, but they will do the job, even though they're not right for the right aircraft. These are for actually a Ju-87, but they are spare, and I can't seem to find the original ones that went with this kit. They are somewhere. I did have a folder of parts started, which has got the instructions and everything like that, but I've been looking for the damn thing, and for some strange reason I can't seem to find it, unless I've moved it to somewhere else or to a different box or anything, which wouldn't surprise me. I do have a habit of doing this sort of thing. And then we've got Jacqueline Crochet Art in saying, evening, we are both in the craft room doing our diamond art projects. Good to hear. And we've got Marcus Brun saying hi to Jacqueline and Kevin. So yeah, I'll be using these markings and of course the dreaded markings that go on the tail. As people don't like seeing them, I won't show them. So I will be using them on it though, because I'm one of those people that don't agree with taking or censoring history. I can't really see the point in it. It was used for that, and it's been, in my way, it's been perverted for what it actually was. So I will be actually using the markings that's supposed to be on it. What Jacqueline saying hi to Marcus. Hope you're feeling better. Oh yeah, because Marcus has had the man flu, hasn't he? And I do hope with your man flu you haven't been taking it out on those poor lamps, with losing your temper or anything like that. And then there's also a different variant of a Focke-Wulf 190. Now this one's a slightly different variant to this one, and it's pretty much evident with the wing shape and the nose. So as I said, they're both 190s, but they're just slightly different variants. So, and this one is rather dusty because it's been sat on the shelf. So we've got to dust that one off and then we'll carry on with that. But this one, the 109, is in a position to actually get finished, and we can do decals on it because I've done all the other parts that were supposed to be done for it. So we'll get that one probably finished off first and we'll go from there, I think. So I'll move these two out of the way from it. And I'll bring this one over. Now, the reason why I was going to use this one for the diorama that I was building, and the good thing about it, it's actually a desert variant, hence the reason why the colour and everything. It does have the engine covers that come off it. Now, I'm not going to glue them in place because I leave it so they can actually come off and everything, but they do normally just sit quite nicely on. Not brilliantly, because this is an old Revell kit. These two kits are Tamiya. All three of them are actually in 48 scale, so we can actually do that. But we have those markings, and then we've got the two tail markings that we'll be doing. I'll need off of this sheet. Yeah, and then we'll put them out of the way just to make sure we don't upset too many people. So they're going that fold out of the way. Not that one. Stick them back in there. Now with this one, I'm actually thinking of doing something different, and I'm going to use some RAF markings on it, because the RAF did actually capture a few of these aircraft, and normally they had the noses painted and the wingtip painted yellow to sort of denote I think it was a test squadron that they had going around. So, but they did put RAF markings on. So I'm going to be doing that with that one. So then sort of that represents a captured aircraft. Because I haven't got a Scooby where the decals for that one's gone. Now with this, we won't be using these ones, but I will be using the little Porky decals, and those will be going on the engine covers, just because I want to. All the other common markings, I'll probably end up using some of them. Because a lot of those were sort of generally generic for all aircraft, like where the radio things were and everything. And to help, I'll be using sort of like an idea of what we'll put on this one to actually use to transfer over to the other parts of different aircraft. Somewhere along those lines, anyway. There, so we've got. Leave the side. Those. The black cross on the building. Oh. Yeah. Not sure if I've got. I think they're going to be way too big on that one. So I'll have to have a look through the folder and see if I've got any more of this size. My dog must be happy at the moment because he's snoring his head off. No doubt, now that I'm doing this, I'll probably end up finding the folder and finding the decals that go with it. And these two on the side. Oh, itchy head. And we'll use some of these, I think. Let's see if I've got the pair in that next door. We'll get these ones sorted out first of all. So as you can tell, this week I don't have anybody with me, but hopefully next week I'll have another guest. We'll see who it is. Close to that time. Let's see. We've got Jacqueline saying hi to Mark. Yep, done that yet. And then you got Marcus saying I'm getting there, although everything tastes and smells funny, but no fever. Good to hear. And then you got James from JC Bricks and Builds in saying, hey Jacqueline. And Marcus Brown saying, stayed away from the lamps. That's good to hear. And then we've got Jacqueline saying hi to James. I need me. Come here. You make whistle and make a step. First of all, we'll get insignias that everybody seems to hate. And then we'll do the porky ones as well. And whether these decals are actually any good, I don't know, because they've been in the folder for quite some time. Let have that for a reason, but never mind. Oh, screen me. Oh, I thought so. Now, our porky's going to come off in one go. And they're going to be awkward. Yeah, good. It's 2 porkies on. Now, I don't know what this is going to look like at the end. It'll be whatever it'll be. But we can have, because it's my aircraft, I have fun whatever I do anyway. Now, this one. Not the other. The other. Where are you? Oops, them there. Oh, right ones. Those are the ones I want. I should. Get that in there. Nice chin, which will soften off nicely. There we go. I know you're not supposed to really do it this way, but that's how I do it. I'm too lazy when it comes to actually doing that one split as well. Must be getting old. Oh well. We'll stick it on anyway. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. Never mind. Use them as well. These to go on. So you can find those. You are good. Yeah. Yeah, there you are. That's the start I want this one. Maybe it'll come off. Transferring will be good. Doesn't get cracked too much, which is good. Right. Okay. These ones. You got some. Mark saying, "Did you find some shoes?" Yes, the young ones have both got new pairs of shoes. I managed to get them sorted out for them today, so they should go. They'll be back at school tomorrow with new shoes, especially Rory, because these ones were getting, even though he's got Doc Martens already. And yeah, they were getting a bit small for his feet, so he now has a pair of shoes that fits him nicely. You swine. I knew that was going to happen. I thought we were going to be more happen. It's going to happen. Right, the plate should be back to it. So that. Right, so. Yep. And these. Look, that's one side done. And now, of course, I'm starting to do this. My dog has to wake up from snoring. I start jumping. You're going to have to wait a second. So I don't want to leave these in the solution for too long. Or they might have a habit of breaking, shriveling up and a lot. Look. So that's the body markings on. There we go. And as you can see, on that one. It's not looking too bad. Just gonna have to find some markings for the wings. A minute. You did indeed. Of course, you have to wait until we've actually started. Well, then we want to wake up. He was just talking to them, Mrs. M. He's Yes, Marcus, that is a feat indeed. They were fairly quick. I mean, we went to Clark's for their shoes, and yeah, I must admit they are usually fairly quickly picking out their shoes. But yeah, it's another 2 pairs of shoes, 96 quid later, and got happy kids. That's what generally happens when you go to Clark's. They're not the cheapest shoes, but they do seem to last a lot longer. They're like cheap shoes that are made from cheap products. These are actually made out of leather, so therefore they seem to last a lot better. So, what's everybody else got on their benches this evening then? I know what Jackie's got and Kevin, they're both on their diamond arts. What's everybody else be getting? Okay, so I'll do this one first. So, oh yeah, while we're waiting for them to sort of get rid of that, I'll take that for a minute. And then we'll give it a bit of a dust off, I think. Oh yeah. I mean, you can see the amount of dust that's all over that. You can see the difference there. Just on that one wing. There we go. Oh, now dusted off a lot better. You got Steve Epping saying, well, this is surprise, just got in from work, pub, and hey presto, lol, evening everyone, I'm in the middle of making a huge 40k spaceport for a commission. Very nice. And we've got Michael Brown saying living room table and almost finished Batman tumbler, belly, ribs, and potato gratin, beverage, beer. Then we've got Marcus saying hi to Steve F. And then we've got Steve F. Oh, sausage, egg, and chips on the go. Ah. So you're obviously going to be well fed tonight then, Steve. See if these ones hold together nicely. Come on. Yeah. We'll get these to sit in a minute. And just some more play ball, as they say. Okay, that's one in place. Right. Now I've got to get this thing where it belongs. Right. I think I'm really happy with that now. Let's go a bit further forward in it. Yep, that's it. Boop. Microset, yeah, I use Microset and Microsol depending on how I want them to form. With a lot of them, it's using the Microsol, it sort of softens the decals up nicely, so then you get that sort of painted look where the decals don't actually conform to all the edges and everything. So it just makes it look a lot better in the long run. Now I just roll a cotton bud over and take the excess off, and it flattens them out and helps get rid of all the air bubbles and everything that's in them. And it helps any wing markings like these little faint lines coming through. You're going to be swinging because I've moved you by accident. And the good thing about with doing this one, you just put a bit more onto it and it does actually make them all move fairly easy again as well. And you get a chance to actually just move them back in position like so. And I think we should have the other markings there in the folder that we can use for the unbelievable. Yeah, them ones there I can use. And maybe 2 markings as well. Okay. Back in the folder. As you can tell, I'm just basically doing whatever I want from this, really. It just sort of it's going to be a mashup of different decals. Whatever I've got at hand. As I said, I'd lost the original ones for the 2 of the kits for these. So at some point they'll probably turn up. But hey ho. It's our kits. We do what we want, really. And as I said, the other one's going to look completely different because it's going to have, I think these are actually from a Hurricane, believe it or not. So, there we go. Yeah, I mean, we went through a shortage in the UK for Microsat and Microsol. It's just one of those things that every so often you'll get patches where they get really, really hard to come by. And then you can get them very easy. I mean, you can get both of them quite easily via Amazon and even on eBay. But I mean, I get mine mostly from my local hobby shop, which is Halifax Model of the World. And that's where I get most of my supplies from. And it's very rarely that he runs out. And if he does, he generally lets us know when he'll be getting more in. Most of the time when he gets quite a bit in, I will order 3 or 4 bottles of it at any one time. So then it makes life a little bit easier. Okay, so I've got 2 little walkway markings now. Which are them. Now these ones again, I'll have to slide them off because they have a tendency to fold under themselves. So that one. Yeah, I could have used those, but they're just looking way too big for these wings, so I won't bother. Okay, this should be yeah, this one's nearly sorted. Two little yellow things there. Two. Two. I mean, let's see. Yeah, let them two of them all. I need you. Yeah, like if I end up knocking you over. I'll hold that little red one there. Can you? If I remember right, this actual aircraft was supposed to be like have a number 14 on it, if I remember rightly, because it actually is the idea of it is actually taken from a aircraft that's actually in a British museum that crash landed. And the actual aircraft's there at the moment. I think it's Dutch, but I can't remember it now. One or two anyway. And then we've got Joel Grit joining us saying, "Hi Ross and chat, hope all is well." It is indeed, thank you very much. Just placing some random markers on this because it's been sitting on a shelf. I think this one's been there for something like 3 years now, this one. So that's how long this has actually been sat on the of the Shelf Queen. So I thought, well, I'll just take the time today and finish this one up, and the other two, well, work on the other two. One of them is just basically general repairs, and then this one again just needed finishing off, and the other one needs a bit more work doing to it than this one. But it's getting there. And as you can see, I'm just putting random decals from a completely different kit on it. And we've got Marcus saying hi to Joel. We'll use okay. I'll get these two in here. One two we can use. Okay, where they go. Oh yeah, got this little bit of glue into place as well, and paint. There we go. Okay. You swine. And then you're going to do that. Yes, I need one to fold up on it now. Come on, unfold. Where you want to play Shilly Buggers? Okay, that can be solved. That way. I'll put you there, outside. Seems we don't. You swine. Of course, you're going to stick to me fucking finger. Okay, where's that bit of card gone? That was gone. Oh dear. Oh shit. That one can be a loss. Never mind. Try these two. One upon. That looks like we've got Lynn in as well, saying, "Hi Ross, hug. Sorry I'm late. Had to go get Sweetie some vitamins. He has been feeling too good." Oh, he hasn't. I think that's supposed to be hasn't been feeling too good. Then you've got Marcus saying hi to Lynn, and you've got Lynn Dibble saying hi to Marcus, Joel, Steph, Jackie, James, hugs. And then Lynn Dibble saying hi to Cora and hugs. Oh, out knees. Okay. We'll put these last two on, and then we'll call this one done, I think. Because I'm going to be really happy with it. Sits on that side. That's it. And you can sit on the other side. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to get these off in position without any problems. Aha, gotcha. Yeah, I think we'll pass that one as that. There. And just these two here. I don't know where. Oh, you sit. Well, I want you to on my finger. Stay there. Why are we twisting? Twice. Just on that. God. Doesn't like playing ball, these ones, I think. Another play ball either. But you will get there in position, won't you? Get off. Thank you. Okay. That's that one. Yes, I think we'll class that one as now done. So that's another one to stick up out the way until I already, well, bar this one little bit here that I've got to stick onto it. Yep, I forgot all about that one. Let's get rid of the link that way. So we've got you staying in position there. Funny really, because it's been sat on there for months, and now that I pulled it off, just so I can put the decal on, it doesn't want to stay. Typical that. Okay, so we've got a little aerial to put on. Close it up a minute. So yeah, tonight, as you can see, I am clearing shelf queens, or ones that have either been sat up out of the way that's nearly finished, that needs very little to finish them off. Like this one, there's just a bit of dusting left to do on it, and then the cable to go on there. This one has a bit more to do on it. It's got the bomb racks to do it, and the centerline tank to drop tank to go onto it, and the canopy and other little bit of odds and sods. But this one I'm turning into a captured RAF one, which means I've got to do yellow wingtips on them, and there's a yellow marking that goes around the front of the nose for that to do. And you got Joel saying hi to Marcus and Lynn. So, yeah, that's what it is. I mean, you. And of course, it has to be a really, really thin, fiddly little bloody thing. So it's going to sit into position. Use it a bit so I can actually go over here. And all I'll have to make is a little slit back here. And there you go, that's in place. So I'll just get there. Oh. Give that one a few minutes to dry. Put it up straight, shall we? Usually helps. Wait. That way. And there we go, that's that bit done. So yeah, number one, Shelf Queen, near enough finished. Looks a bit different because it's got markings from different aircraft in it completely. Marcus has gone shelf clearing, need to do that more, need more display space. Yeah, well, lucky enough, mine will go up there on the ceiling with the rest of the stuff, so it should be pretty much painless where shelf space goes. But yeah, other than that, I think we're getting there. So next is we have to glue a new piece of cable on this one, which will go from top of the canopy to the tail. Now what I normally use is heavy duty cotton, but I normally use super glue for this job. At the moment I don't have any, so we're going to have to try and do this with normal glue, which in the past has never really worked out that well. I normally use super glue, and that is evident because it's actually fogged up over the tail, which is just breaking off nicely and actually leaving the paint on, which is what I wanted. Testament to how many times I've tried fixing it before. Okay. Try and do this time round is not quite so. Do that. Okay, so we'll do that first. Get a little stupid glue, well, bit of glue anyway, and then we'll glue that onto there. Fine drill bit, so I'm going to drill a hole through the canopy, the rear part here, such a piece, where the cable goes to. Drill. Alright, there you go. That one's too big a drill. A small one, that. Go. You should be big enough. Now what I'm tending to do here is drill through and push the end of the cotton through the actual canopy and then paint over it. Hopefully without cracking. Just not over tying up here. Yeah, there we go. So now what I'll do is So once I work out roughly what I want. Yeah. Yeah, that one. Yup. Now what we'll do now is feed that into the counter. We did that a minute ago, and we should get you to sit there. Yeah, this one. So we're going to do another weight in a minute. Get teeth of it. I'm going to sit over there, please. Do that. And then we do that. And there we go. It's pegged. And then all we have to do afterwards, touch a glue on it. And that should seal that back into place. And then we've got this one to join onto here. Like so. And we should snip you off a there, like so. And there we go. We have that repaired. So the aerial cable's now all repaired nicely. So that's another one that can be hung up out the way. I'll try doing it another, finish dusting it down a bit because it's got a fair bit of dust all over it. What I'm going to use here is just basically a little bit of water from the pot there, just to wipe over it, and it just cleans it up. And then any markings and any dust comes off it nicely. Almost giving it like a gentle scrub, but without doing any harm to the kit. Cotton bud. Now it just takes the rubbish off, but in a way it's actually doing another job when you're doing this, because it looks like you're actually weathering the model at the same time. As you can see, the dirt that's coming off from the kit. Yeah, that's been sitting up there a while. Oh yeah, definitely Look at that. Just the rubbish coming off it. Yeah. You swine. I just snapped one of the gums. This bugger. Yeah, actually the one that I glued on before when I snapped them off. Yeah. And this, children, is why you should always keep your kits clean. Dear me. That's quite bad, really. That's a bit embarrassing when you look at it. Okay, I'm going to get that and we'll try and get you to stick back in position. There we go, that should be back in place. So yeah, that's number 2. As you can see, all done. It's Focke-Wulf number 1 that I've been done in the past, and it's all cleaned up, ready to be hung up out of the way. So yeah, that's that one sorted. So I'm quite chuffed with that favour. 109 and that all sorted. So now we have the second Focke-Wulf. Now this one, as I said, I'm going to turn it into a captured one. I'll go that in a minute because I have to keep looking at. But on this we've got a bit more bits to do on it because we've got the centerline tank, and I do have the box that so happens to have the canopy. I've got the placement for the decals and that, and the instructions. That's the one I've just finished, 190D9. That's that one which I've just finished. So that's folder. I also have the instructions here for the which one review. Which variant are you? There you go somewhere. Oh. This one is for the F89. And now this one has the bomb loader and some little dudes that come with it. That actually has some markings for it. Where they're going, but we don't need them anymore because we're not doing it as a German one. Now, I originally started doing this using these 2 aircraft for a airfield diorama that I started building. Winter diorama, partial airfield of a dispersal area, and it has a Flak 88 on it. Flak, well, what is it called now? Or Flak Billing. Yeah, 20mm flat billing anti-aircraft gun with crew, and that's the instructions for that. So I've done that part. There was also the power supply unit that's already on it, so them 2 pieces are also already on the actual model. That's the D9. Go there. Now that's the correction piece, because in this kit they did actually supply a correction piece for it. So yeah, we need that information. But we also have, that's for the Kettering. But yeah, we've got some little dudes. Somewhere we did have. Oh yeah, there they are. Which is on there There's two little dudes with a bomb trolley for loading him up. So they've also got to be done yet. God knows what that's for. We'll find out at some point. Whether we're using them, I don't know. But yeah, so I'll put them out the way a minute. But I'll probably end up doing them at some other point later on, because they will go on to that diorama system, because I will probably end up doing another one, Focke-Wulf 190 to go on it. So yeah, this one we're just going to finish it off, and then we're just going to put it into, as I said, British markings, because the British did capture one or two of these aircraft in the time. Well, I think one actually got pilot decided to surrender himself, and he landed on a British airfield. Or I think it was actually one who actually got himself lost. Thought he was landing in France, but ended up landing in England. That goes to say a lot, really, doesn't it? So you've got Marcus Brown saying shelf clear. Yep, done that bit. And then he goes, looks good, Ross, thank you. And then he goes, another one, well done, thank you. Now the difference between this one, as you can tell, with the nose when it's on, where you've got the Focke-Wulf 190 F8 and 9, if you look at the noses on them, one's the D9 slightly longer, and it's got a longer nose to it. So yeah, and it's not as bulbous as the other one. And it also has a different propeller, where this one's got a very wide bladed propeller to go on it. This one has a, where are you? I put it down somewhere. Do I leave it in the box? Yeah, there it is. This one has a very thin bladed prop, so completely different compared to the other one. So I'll just figure out where we are on this. Where are we now? 20 past. Get them out of the way. We can drill a minute. In there. Yeah, wait, get that out of the way. Don't need this to come up a minute. That's for the rocket racks, isn't it, that one? Which one did I drill out for this for? I think it's the... I've done the rocket racks. Okay. Yeah, this one I was going to put rockets on, by the looks of it. Rack on there for centre fuel tank. And that's for rear of the cockpit, I think, if I remember rightly. So just basically working out now at what stage I actually got to. So we can actually put these all into place. Yeah, I thought so. This one actually had a lot of PE in it as well, which I don't think I actually used a lot of it because they're just way too small. Especially on some of the levers and that lot they did on this one. They actually had it where it had stupid little levers. And by the time you finish fettling around with them stupid things, you'd end up doing your nothing completely with it. Yeah, front of this. Yeah, there is there. Ooh. So we do have some little exhaust port pieces somewhere. That's for the bombs. Now the little rocket. Or the little bomblets, whatever they want to be. Maybe the piece of sprue I had. It's on here somewhere, I think. Maybe I'll see you. It's a pitot. I'm sure I've seen the damn things. Yeah, there they are. These little things here, exhaust ports things. So we've got them to do yet. That's the spinner, and we need the back plate for it, for the prop. So yeah, that's where you're for, is it? And depending on which canopy I do. Okay, yep. So it's a choice of one of these two that I'm using for the back of the spinner. I think it's this one. Yep, that's the one I want. But it's gonna have to go on the other one now somehow, because this one they've got a wider engine port piece there. Or has it got the thinner one? No, it's actually got the thinner one. Yep. So there we go. That one goes on there. We can use that one quite happily. And we'll just take that off and then we'll glue that together, and it's drying while I'm waiting. I have been meaning to actually finish this one off for quite some time. Just never got round to doing it. And there are two bits we need to paint up. These other little bits here. We'll stick you onto there. I'll see if I can find a picture of her. Yeah, I mean, I do have quite a few shelf queens that I need clearing markers. One of them's up top here, which is another thing that I'll probably do next, which is oh, we can get to it. Is a 32nd scale Spitfire. That's another shelf queen that needs sorting out. And there's bits that are broken off and everything that I've got to replace and repair. So I'll get round to doing that. I mean, I actually know where all the parts are for this one as well. Which is surprising, really. It comes to the decals, I think. Where is that blooming box? There's the box a bit. I don't need them. Don't need them. What have we got here? Oh, that's for the Osprey MTB. Yep, that's all the another shelf queen, which is actually a Vosper MTB. We have the markings for it there. So we do have all the parts, even the bomb rack and propeller, and all the other bits for it here. Yep, parts for it there. That's the MTB parts. That's little dudes for the MTB. And clear parts for the MTB. And decals for the First World War biplane that I've got to do. But surprisingly enough, the decals have gone missing for it. So that's the canopy parts and everything that I've got to go onto it, the rest of it. Wheels and other little parts, they're all in here for this one. So that'll probably be the next kit that needs to be finished off and I'll get round to doing next. So then that's another one cleared off the shelf, so to speak. There's got to be two of them. And we've only got one, so I've got to find. Well, I've got that piece, and I've got the actual intake, but I haven't got the actual thing. That could make it a bit more interesting. So we are missing one part, but no doubt. Ah, there it is. It's stuck to this. Come on, there we go. So, yep, there we go. So in theory, we can actually get that one cleared off. And for some reason or other, we've got a 40k war gun in it, bolted on. So yeah, keep it over there. So that'll be the next one to clear off the shelf of doom. And we've actually got bomb racks for this one. And run two holes for it. Nope. But we'll figure something out. Work out where they go. Because I think the instructions for that one are up here somewhere. Yep, there they are. And I think I left the decals up here as well. And there they are. Yay! Bit yellow like, but we'll see how they go. Probably not great. More First World War decals and U4. That's for another Spitfire. See. That's for the First World War fighter. Yep. Just have a quick look at this. Make sure I've got the right instructions. I think it is. Yeah, it is by the looks of it. Yeah, and we have decals, the newer ones. Haha, that's good. What the hell are those other ones for then? So yeah, that's all those bits there ready for that one. So it makes it a bit more interesting for people to see anyway. We're working on a number of different kits in one go. So it makes it all more and more interesting. Get in there, so I know where you are. I've got to find something to put these in. Why do I have all the jerry cans on that? I don't know. And they're British soldiers. Or are they American? No, they're Yanks. So we don't need them. Oh, let's drop them out of the way. These are parts for the MTV, which will probably be next Saturday's. Things are finished off, I think, that one. We'll have a go at finishing that part off. So we'll have fun doing that one next week. What we got here? That bloody thing falling off again, the other one. Yes. Put that in there. That was right. Typical. You will glue in place your little shit bag. Stick glue. That's really come apart as well there. Don't want to play ball, do you? Okay, there's another way of doing this. That's obviously not wanting to play ball. It's using this type of glue. I've got to be careful because it's going to spurt out everywhere otherwise. Well, that fucking gum's come off. Gone sliding again. Look, you little twat. And you don't want to play ball either. So we're going to have to do it with this glue. Okay. There. Now normally I only use this sort of glue when I'm doing diorama bases and that sort of thing. I just find it the pain in the backside, but it is usually a lot thicker and it does help with sticking things together. And okay, let's put it this time. Now, pretty well stay there. I think you're drooping away, aren't you? This is what I miss when I haven't got any stupid glue. You're just not playing ball, are you? You're an absolute pig. So as you can see, we've got the majority of it sitting there. Now, are you going to stay there without drooping away? I think it's now got to the point where it's going to stay. Shit. Yeah, and then it's just the oh, didn't want to do that. It's got that right in the wrong place, but then one can still use it. Now, hopefully, by putting that little drop of glue into it there, it'll absorb into the cotton. And then hopefully glue it in place. That should hopefully hold it. Yep, I think it's actually holding this time. So yep, that's got them two sorted. So that needs to go in there. So yeah, next week we'll carry on with the, hopefully, the Focke-Wulf 190, and we'll do some more work on the Spitfire. So yeah, I mean, oh, gone past my normal time again. It's 11:30. I don't think there's anybody else streaming tonight, other than I think there might be Gross Models doing a gaming one. I am not sure. Other than that, I ain't got a Scooby, as they say. I've got these little exhaust manifolds. I'm not going to make a special mix. Where I put you? Yeah, one of these down it. There we go. That's the one. What I mean by my special mix, this is basically what I've used or made up by literally any metallic paint that I have left over. There we go. It goes into there, and I mean any colour. I don't think I'm actually overlapping on anybody, no. I don't think there's anybody I know of. I mean, other than, as I said, Chris from Gross Models, that he doesn't normally do a gaming stream on a Saturday evening, but I haven't had a notification of anybody else coming up. Nope, doesn't look like it. So I think that's there's nobody coming up as though they're done doing a stream tonight, so you can bear with me for a bit, I suppose. I can carry on for a bit longer. I'm not too worried if people want to carry on watching. Oh, excuse me. There we go. I was saying, this is this metallic mix that I'm using here. It has any metallic paint that I've got left over from when I'm doing, especially if I've got like using me Vallejo and whatnot, then I will literally just shove it all in here, purples, pinks, or reds ones and blues, with metallics and gold, silver, aluminium. If I've used it into one of my trays and I've got excess in there, I'll just literally scrape it out and dump it all in here. And then I'll just add a bit of like the metallic copper and the rust one that I've got as well, metallic rust. Add that in, and it just makes up a general sort of like mix like that, and you can just see the hues of purple and blue and everything coming through. So it sort of like acts as though it's like a heated exhaust metal. So it looks pretty good otherwise. Well, I think it looks anyway. And I'm happy enough with it. So, yep, that's that bit done. Now, we need to complete the underside. Come here, you. There we go. Means we've still got 10 people watching this evening. Thank you for staying with me. Much appreciated. And as I said, next week I'll hopefully have another guest with me. And I've got to have a quick word with him later on, and we can sort of hopefully get his thing sorted out, his issues that he's got to get set up and everything, and then we can get him ready to join me. And hopefully we'll get another. You might try and get 2 people on next Saturday, which I think will make it nice, interest. Well, 2 other people, I should say. That should make it into more of an interesting stream for everybody to join in. The cockpit area done. Now the fun part is this cockpit and these paint colours. It's trying to work out what actual colours I used. I think it might be a enough of a green I've got up there somewhere. We'll do that in a bit. So that's going to glue together nicely. And we'll paint these props up. Nope. Where's my little clip? There we go. Think that's one. I'm not overly happy about that bit. It's a bit squidgy. What we'll do, I'll go over that blade again. Dried. Now what had happened there is just left a few marker lines in it. I weren't happy with it. So what I've done is if you go with a bit of water, it thins out the paint, and any lumps that you might have in it, it just takes them out. And it just means you go over it when it's dried fully. You go over it again with some fresh paint, and it comes out nice and level and flat again. Oh, but there we go. Stick it there. So we don't need that part. That's a spare. I'll stick you in there that way. Now, let's see what am I doing it. And we could actually do some American markings on it by the looks of it, if you wanted to. Oh, it's the face which all perfect. Yep, there's the one I wanted to do. So this is the idea I came up with earlier. So it looks like that. So you've got the mixture of British and German underwing markings, which lucky enough I have some. And then we'll use all the different tail markings. So I'm going to put the yellow mark lines and everything like that, and the wing tips on the side. And yeah. So that's hopefully what this one's going to look a bit like. So hopefully we'll get there. Okay, I've got to redo the grey and the green a bit again, but that's easy enough to do. Yeah, that's what it's gonna look like. There's yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to make up because can't get them from anywhere else. I do have a spinner. The marker for the actual white line goes on the spinner. I do have one of them. So we've got a blue spinner instead of a black. A little marker for it. And that nose cone piece has got to go yellow. And that's just the underside of the wings that's going green, yellow there. So yeah, we can do that. And we've got marker take off that Z. So we just have the KW. Yep, okie dokie. So we've got 3 different green colours on there as well. Okay, yep. So now I've got an idea what I'm going to do with that. I knew there was one, we did capture a few of them. I think the Americans took a lot of them. So I think they used part of the information they got with that to help develop the defense with the P-51 Mustang. To improve that, they used them for that reason. There. So there you go. That's that bit done. So, we will be putting the bomb rack on it. So we need an end part. We don't need a lot of the other bits over time, but I need them for later. The twirly wheels and everything. What's the... More we need in that little bit, I think, if I remember rightly. The gun sight there. So, gun sight. Now, which one am I putting on? Because we have two different. Because we've got two different canopies here. I've just got to decide which one I'm going for. Which one around is this? You go that way around, don't you? I think. I don't think you go around. In the right direction. Yep, I think it's that way around. Sure. Thanks, silly bugger with me. I'm on Wesley. Fixing a canopy onto it. Yeah. Sure, let's get you in the place. Get the little gun sight in place. And then we can stick you into place. And that's one thing I like about this extra thing glue. You can literally just touch it to the bottom, and then you can see the glue just go shoot up and around the canopy underneath without actually doing any damage, and it doesn't actually fog up the canopy. It's only right underneath, so you're not actually doing any damage to it. So that's how I do that one. Now it's a matter of choosing which canopy to go on to. I want one. Yeah, they don't. So we have the bubble canopy or the straight canopy. I think, well, you've got a bubble canopy, so it looks like we might be doing use two different ones, so yeah. Ugh. Die Schoscheln Steilpackung. But we use the double canopy. And that one will go into my spares drawer, and I'll probably end up using that as a cockpit piece for one of my scratch builds. So that's what that'll go for. Draw that out of the way. So this should fit nicely up to that, and it does. Yippee! Now we've just got to fit the other bits to it after we've painted them and find them. We need D15, which is that piece there. That little Peter as well. Wing edge, which I'll drill out at some point. And we need that one. And basically everything else in there we don't need at the moment. What we do need that's it. That's it. Should be that bit there. I think it's that piece. Let's try and work out which one's the pieces for central drop tank to put that on. I'll work them out in a minute. Squeeze me. That a bit. Ooh, we've got these bits to go clean them up quickly. It should. Nice. Yep, I pulled the wrong one off, so it's going to be that one, I think, if I remember rightly. Yep. Never mind. They'll all go in the spare box anyway. It's slightly different. This one should fit in there. Get them on your side. All I want you is those sitting there. Behave for me. Until you get a bit of glue onto you. A little bit yellow. Stop. There we go. That's that piece sorted. I just need to paint it up. And that can get snipped up and thrown away. Good. Sit there. Stick that in place. You see you've got your foot onto it to get up the aircraft. Go. That piece in. Now, there it is. So the P2 goes in. So I thought, yeah, we've got to take a piece of that. Okay, that's cleared enough now. What I'm doing there is just clearing it so I can actually get the pitot in. Like so. That now fits in there nicely. So we'll get a bit of sticky stuff on that. Okay, that's that in place. And then there's this piece that goes underneath the wing. Stick the bomb racks on as well in a minute, because they don't need, well, as I'm going to be repainting the underwings and doing the whole body again, I might as well just stick them on. So you go onto there. I've got a funny feeling that hole's not going to be big enough. I don't want to make the mistake of actually doing that. So what I'm going to do is use the glue to hopefully soften the plastic just a little bit. Now, did these go forward or backward? Backward. There we go. This is solved. There we go. There we go. That's now fitted in. That's in there nicely. Now, what the hell they were for, I haven't got a Scooby. Ain't got a clue what it was for, so I'm not even going to even try to take a guess on that one. Probably some sort of instrument readout thingamajiggy whatsy bob, like that, whatever. And this needs to be, just clean that up a little bit on there, and then we'll paint that up. That again. No, wrong one. Oh. Oh dear, it looks like Lynn's lost her internet. Oh dear. I don't really need to do the inside of it, but I'm not sure how much is going to show up on the middle one of it, but what I'll do is I'll just go through it anyway. Just covers all bases in. Leave that to dry. And that can be attached to the canopy. And then the canopy can be glued into place. Yep. And there's some mini markings on that somewhere. There we go. That's the bits I want. I need all them. Don't need you. There. Oh, Lynn's back. She's got a net internet back up. There. We'll figure out what that's for in a bit. And I've just got to work out. I think that little wrap there, number 13, is the centre line for the fuel tank. Let's see. And we've got to put that big ass thing in first, haven't we? By the looks of it. Yep. So we do need that. And that's all we want. That's all we. And this thing goes along there, all the way onto there to that. I think that one's going to be cleaned out a little bit. There we go. And for some reason, the actual holes that it has don't line up. And that's going to make it more interesting. And she's not lining up properly. So Slightly further forward. What you do with the drilly wheel again. There you go. Cut that bit out between the two. It should then give me there you go. And that's going to be covered anyway by the central piece going in. That should now fit onto there. Go, there we are. That's better. At least it all fits now. So what we'll do perfect. Yep. Centre line in place. And the fun part is, can I get these to sit in place? I'm going to go on to this one. These. Yep. It's in the right position. So is that one. We need to be. Oh, we need cleaning out. Front of that bits up. Yes, I do have a habit of muttering to myself when doing this. Some little bits there that need to come off, don't they? That should now sit nice and flat. By that one needs to make a bit wider. Pins to sit in. We'll get it the right way around us. And there we go. That's now in the right place. Yep, that's that now done. That's one in. Now he's got to do the same with this one and make sure it all fits. Remove the pins from the other thing. That's going to go in there. Yeah, you just need those 3 little pins there out of the way. There's 1, 2, and 3. I think the holes are really big enough for each one to sit in. They are. And oh, that's them bits in. Now we should be able to put that off of there. Ding, 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 ding. One, that's what I want. Now, I'm just going to go around where I'm actually connecting this to, because this front one will be still visible when the canopy is painted. So I'm just going to paint that in anthracite just to help hide it, because it sits right at the front where the canopy joins on there, and there's the pin that holds it, but the other one will be hidden when I paint the rest of the canopy. So I've only got the one pin that I need to repaint, just to help cover up things, as I say. Okay. That's it. And then we should now do that and do that. Turn that over. We should, in theory, be able to drop that into there. Now, when you look at that place there, you're supposed to just sit in, aren't you? No. Trim that a little bit. Hopefully that'll fit into the canopy area. There we go. Lovely. Just need a little bit of red brown to paint the headrest in the canopy. Which would be, where are you? Ready brown. That will do. Saddle brown, that'll do. That'll do. There we go. Okay. Now we should now attach that onto the, and we'll do like we did before, just literally attach the glue to it in the corners, and the glue just runs down nicely like so. There you go. I do like watching the glue just travel along it. And there we go. That's the cockpit in place and the canopy. Okay, I've got 2 guns to paint. Gun barrel there. So now it's beginning to look more and more like the Focke-Wulf 190. So we should be able to push that onto there like so. And then, yep. So, yeah. I think it's getting there slowly but surely. Move this stuff out of the way. Move you back out of the way. Don't need you now. Do need you though. And that's got to go on the underside again. Oh, excuse me. There. Blue. There we go. That's now that bit of it. So I think it's now midnight. I think I may well call it a draw at that. So we'll just tidy up quickly. A little bit of stuff out of the way. I'm a bit slow. As I'm going a lot longer than I normally do. Oh, squeeze me. Okay. Put it back in there. And then we'll bring down what I've actually been doing. Put it back on there. This evening. And I've got that, which is, and then sit in there. Like so. Looking a lot better than what it was. So we've actually got quite a bit done tonight, really. And we've got most of the second Focke-Wulf 190 built. They have a complete new paint job on it, though. Oops, I'm called. Playing sugar bugs now. So, we have the ME 109. And then we've got the other Focke-Wulf 190. So that's what we've been playing with tonight. So all three of them were Shelf Queens. And they needed finishing off. So I'm quite happy to say... God, Edward's just joined us. Edward, you've got a canny way of actually dropping in just as I'm actually finishing up. So, yeah. So, hi, Edward. Good to see you, mate. And he's looking... and chat, been lurking and cooking dinner. And he's doing shrimp and scallop scampi. And linguine and ricotta cheese sauce. Ooh. So, he's a deplane boss. Deplane. Yeah. So, yeah, I've got this one which I'll probably carry on with next Saturday. And as I said, hopefully we can get this one finished. We'll start playing with the big Spitfire. Get that done. Out of the way. So, yeah, I'm quite chuffed with what I've got done so far. These two I'll get the photos taken of it. I mean, yeah, these are the decals that are supposed to be on a JU88 or 87, sorry. But I don't care. They look right for it, and it just looks a bit different, that's all. So I am reasonably happy with that. So I've got that all done. And as you know, that one's basically practically built. It's just sort of the new paint job on it. And then we've got the other Focke-Wulf 190, which is completed. And I think it looks pretty good, actually. Now that I've done the repairs and the extra bits that need doing to it. But other than that, she's all done. So, yeah. A productive evening, as they say. Lynn Dipple saying, I'll take the linguine and cheese. And then she says, sounds good, Edward. I'm allergic to shrimp and etc. Enjoy. And she goes, looks good, Ross. And then we've got Edward saying, hi, Lynn Dipple. And hugs. So, yeah, big hugs to Lynn. So we'll swap back over to Facey Cam. As you can also say goodbye to my ugly mug then. And there we go. So, yeah. On my earlier on stream today, I did state that with on my other screen, you probably saw the little buy me a coffee link. Now, what I intend doing with that, I'm going to try pushing it a bit more like from now on. Because what I'm going to do with any money that I do get through from support from everybody out there, from you lot, that goes on to buy me a coffee, I'm going to be using that to help pay for Raw and Lego. So if you'd like to help support Roran, basically, please use the Buy Me a Coffee link. So that way, any money we do get for it will be much appreciated, because he does enjoy his Lego, and it can be expensive in the long run. Even though I do normally get everything myself for him. But he wants to get more and more things, and then there's lots of different kits that he's liking from Lloyd's World of Bricks place. But as everybody knows at the moment, funds are tight, so any little bit of help I can get towards it would be much appreciated, and Roran would also very, very much appreciate it. So if you do like to help me, it does have a on the screen, so if you just go back a little bit, you'll see it on the down Mac Cam screen. It comes up in the top right corner, the Buy Me a Coffee link. If you can type that in, please feel free to do so, and please help. If you feel like it, you can help them out. But other than that, thank you very much for staying with me. It is very, very much appreciated. It's been a bit longer than we normally do again. These streams are getting longer and longer. It's now been on well over 2 hours now, nearly 3, I'd say. Yeah, probably. We've got Marcus just saying cheers for the stream, Ross. You're most welcome. I hope it keeps you all entertained on a Saturday evening when you're probably just sat there doing not a lot anyway. And I can sort of bore the hell out of you in the background, even if you're playing around with the remote. So yeah, what I'll say now is thank you for the stream, watching with me. Stay safe, happy modelling, have fun. Bye bye for now. And I'll see you next Tuesday with the Warhammer builds.